Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Thursday, January 25th, 2024. A woman missing from Yucca Valley was found yesterday. Toy Alicia Moore, who was identified as missing yesterday by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, was located safely and reunited with her family. The initial report of a missing person said that, until yesterday, Moore was last seen by her roommate on January 18th at her home in the 6000 block of Hermosa Avenue in Yucca Valley. A man wanted by law enforcement for suspicion of felony battery was arrested in Yucca Valley on Monday. Heriberto Pena Jr., 26, was taken into custody by county sheriff's deputies assigned to Yucca Valley at around 10 p.m. in the 7400 block of Borrego Trail in Yucca Valley. Pena's outstanding warrant was related to an investigation of a previous incident of battery with serious bodily injury. The sheriff's department was unable to provide further details on the previous incident. Heriberto Pena Jr. was booked into the West Valley Detention Center on $120,000 bail. He was arraigned on charges of battery with serious bodily injury with additional enhancements for bodily injury. He entered a not guilty plea to both charges. A scheduled candidates forum in Landers for the upcoming race for San Bernardino County Supervisor has been rescheduled. Presented by the Landers Homestead Valley Association, the forum was initially set for this Monday, January 29th, but has now been rescheduled for February 9th. Candidates vying to represent the Morongo Basin as the supervisor of San Bernardino County District 3 will be present at Belfield Hall to speak about their plans for the community and county and answer questions in a conversation moderated by Landers Community Association President Justin Marino. The candidates for District 3 Supervisor are current Supervisor Don Rao and challengers Chris Carrillo and Graham Smith. Supervisor Rao said that she was unavailable to attend the forum on January 29th as she had a prior engagement in the high desert, speaking at the Lucerne Valley Economic Development Association. All three candidates will be participating in the forum on February 9th and a forum tonight at the University of Redlands. Early voting for the election begins on February 5th. Want to know what is behind all those big No on W signs placed along the highway? On tomorrow's Z107.7 Up Close show, County Fire Chief Dan Muncy joins County Board of Supervisors Chairman Don Rao to unpack the backstory in this latest iteration of the FP5 saga. Host Gary Digneau will talk with Muncy and Rao about other county services and local projects as well. The Z107.7 Up Close show on the air Fridays at 10 a.m. and available as a podcast at Z107.7FM.com. On last week's Up Close show, host Gary Digneau spoke with California State Assemblyman Greg Wallace. The Assemblyman represents State District 47, which includes the western portion of the Morongo Basin, the National Park, and parts of the Low Desert. Digneau asked Wallace about solutions to homelessness and the creation of additional affordable housing, and the Assemblyman's answer touched on development and the conservation of the western Joshua Tree. Here is a portion of their conversation.
We still need to encourage market rate housing. And the way we do that is obviously to streamline these regulations and make it easier to build in California. When you look at our environmental review process, when you look at how CEQA has been abused in order to tie up developers in court for years before they can even break ground, time's money on that. And you see these developers leaving the state and building in Nevada or Arizona where, the regulatory climate makes it a lot more affordable for them. And so you've also got, the Western Joshua Tree issue was something that the legislature took on last year.
And impacts especially Yucca Valley very, very hard.
Very, very much so. It's very significant to the town of Yucca Valley, and I think it was an ill-advised approach that we took in the legislature. I was opposed to this, but we're going to have to figure it out because it did pass. It is law now, so we're going to have to figure out implementation on it. But they said in the committee analysis on this bill that we shouldn't be building housing in the desert. They said it's too far away from job centers. There's a lack of water. There's a lack of infrastructure to be able to support a community growing in these inland communities. Well, the reality is in California, that's where the land is, and that's where you can build housing most affordably. And so, when you've got basically the legislature saying, well, we need you to do this on one side, but then on the other side, well, you shouldn't actually do it because we don't want to have these environmental impacts of more housing, you really put our local governments in a tough spot. And I don't think that's the holistic approach we need to solve California's affordability crisis when it comes to housing.
You can hear Digneau's full interview with Assemblyman Wallace by listening to the Up Close show as a podcast at our website, Z107.7fm.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. Copper Mountain College has announced the date for this year's annual Have a Heart fundraiser, which provides financial assistance to students attending the school's nursing program. Online news editor Robert Hayden is here to tell you how to save the date.
Set for Saturday, February 10th, the fundraiser will feature a spaghetti dinner prepared by Let's Feast Premium Catering and a cash bar. The dinner will be followed by a reverse raffle in which the last ticket drawn is the winner, though additional prizes will be given throughout the raffle. Copper Mountain College is currently accepting donations for raffle items through the CMC Foundation. Donations are tax deductible. Tickets for the Have a Heart fundraiser are $25. They include the dinner and the raffle and are available at the Copper Mountain College or at a link at this story online at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Yucca Valley High School Lady Trojans faced off against the Broncos of Banning High Wednesday night and came out victorious across the board. Varsity emerged with a 3-0 win with 2 goals from junior Willow Jones and 1 from freshman Arabella Arachega. The Lady Trojans have improved their record to 4-5, and their CIF playoff hopes are very much still alive. Junior varsity was impressive as usual, winning 5-0. They play again at home tonight against Coachella Valley High School, with JV kicking off at 4 p.m. and varsity at 5:30 p.m. And finally, the Yucca Valley High School Trojans wrestling team just finished their regular season and are headed into the playoffs. The girls finished with another dual-team league title, being undefeated in league for 3 years, and 7 individual league champions with 11 girls going to CIF individual tournament. The boys had another good year with 4 wins and 2 losses, coming in third in league with 13 boys going to the CIF individual tournament. The girls will wrestle in the CIF duels as a team this Saturday. To see Desert Valley Individual League Finals results from Yucca Valley High School wrestling teammates, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.